I think the funniest part about the music this week is the fact that McTaggart is not here to dance along with it, because none of you can ever see it, but I can, because I see everybody's little screens in the background, and McTaggart is usually grooving his ass off to that, which at some point I should really record it on my phone, because it'd be funny, but
that'd be
I can
good.
use it later. Hey, Otis. You gonna chew on that bone right there? He's got a cow leg this long, and he's chewing the hell out of it. So yeah.
I would have never guessed. Can't hear him at all.
Dude, seriously.
Can you hear the fans in my garage running?
No, I don't hear nothing. Okay, so if you're just joining us, thank you for joining. The Neil Sabo in the house, the original minion, who will be my minion. A week from tomorrow, I pick him up, and we head to the land of Liggett, a.k.a. Kearney, Nebraska, so that we can do Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I will probably be standing in Liggett's garage at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock a week from tomorrow night at 10 o'clock probably. I would guess. I pick Neil up at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock or something in the morning here. He flies into Dallas. I pick him up. We hit the road. So we'll see.
Oh, so he flies into Dallas this time.
Yes. So much easier. Okay, so I have to point out one thing before we get started on talking about Power Tour and road trips and all the summer goodness that's going on right now. So Liggett did two things. So number one, he sold his beloved C10 or C15 pickup, which was awesome. Sold it. Got $11 jillion for it, whatever. I don't know what he got for it, but I'm going to say $11 jillion because of what he's been buying since then. So I have to share with you the things that Liggett has gotten in the last week. Okay. So number one,
I saw
this
that.
awesome jet boat,
I love the fenders.
right? Oh, dude. Is it just me, or does the trailer look like it may have been a car dolly at one point?
I have no. The trailer is bizarre. The fenders. Oh, and the guy I bought it from was like really old.
No.
So those are Buick hubcaps on it.
Oh, I thought they might be Cadillac, actually. So there you
Oh,
go.
he was looking for Cadillac, but he found Buick instead. And I go, what do you need hubcaps on a boat trailer? Oh, to keep the lug nuts in them.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And there's a lot of little things that that like old man fixes on the boat that I need to undo. But
Yeah, but it's awesome. But then the other thing he just bought is no, not that.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I didn't buy that. I wish I
No,
bought that.
hold on, not that, not that. That.
Oh,
This
that's cool.
he bought. And this
Yeah.
I fully approve of. What did that cost you? Well, no, you don't have to answer that. But it's awesome.
I was
Dude.
bidding on 2 of those today on BigIron.com,
Dude.
and one went for $325, which was way beyond what I was willing to pay for my 1960s gas pump.
Dude, I would have paid that for the other one. You needed to tell me that.
Oh, well, the other one I got this one for 1/3 that. The exact same
What?
pump. Yeah,
No
$110.
way. Dude,
Yeah,
I've never seen gas pumps go for less than like $1,000.
Oh, there's plenty of $1,000 ones on there today. I picked the '60s ones and that one's ugly enough that it'll be outside outside my garage.
And what is it? Big Iron?
BigIron.com. It's a Midwestern. They do a lot of like farm. If you go on there, they're like there's everything from cars to farm animals. So
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
tractory stuff. So okay.
So we were looking at this one this morning when I got up, and then at lunch I started bidding on it, and I won it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Make a bad,
Do what?
make a badass kegerator.
Yeah, I could do that too.
No,
It's
see, I
not
was
hollowed
thinking
out either.
I'd hook it up to 55-gallon drums of fuel and just have it set up so it pumped. I mean, that would be rad to pull up to your own house and use the gas. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, right outside my garage.
Dude, that's so cool.
The reason why the hose is so damn long is because it was a diesel pump.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. That makes sense. So Valerie is saying you're not going to be at UMI this weekend. No, I wanted to do all the UMI events this year because I was available, but they said no. They were using Tim, I think, is there this weekend. So I'll be at the normal 2 that I'm at, which is the Autocross Challenge and King of the Mountain. So I wanted to do more, but that's it. And Earl, I don't even know why you would ask that question. Of course I'm going to be on Rocky Mountain Race Week. I'm doing the live stream and all the things like every time. So yes. Let's see here.
And I will be
Haley
a part of Rocky Mountain
McTaggart
Race
is in
Week.
the house. Say what?
I will be a part of Rocky Mountain Race Week this year.
Yes, that's
1.0.
right.
What are you gonna do with them?
He'll be in Pueblo.
So my new coworker has a thing for the same kind of cars McTaggart has.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and yeah, he has the same sickness. Something's wrong with him. So I'll send you these photos.
I have drugs for that nowadays.
Let's see here. Oh,
So I've been deleting projects. You guys are gaining them. I'm deleting them.
You're what? Oh, you're getting
Okay.
rid of cars?
Yeah, the vet's gone, the C10's gone. That 51 Ford F1 that I ended up with is gone.
Why'd you get rid of the C10 and the Corvette?
Because I want to get rid of that other stuff, and I'm tired of storing crap over
Gotcha. Are you getting the GTO back? That's what I want to know.
Still working on that.
Okay.
We haven't been able to meet up on Woody actually wants me to do to that Camaro.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He wants way more done to the Camaro, and told him that what you're asking for is 3 times what that car is worth right now.
Gotcha.
So you need to cut your shopping list down a little bit.
Right.
Because the GTO needs everything.
Okay. There's a scratchy noise I can hear. Valerie's saying, "What's that noise?"
I was about to ask the same thing.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it's you. It's Crosby. When you shook your head, it does it. Yeah.
Oh.
It's your microphone. Is it on your headset?
Yep.
Oh, that's why.
Get over it.
Okay. You guys are all really quiet to me tonight too. So I'm trying to adjust on my end, but
I had a bad day, so that's
you
why I'm
did?
quiet. Yep.
Do you want to talk about your bad day, or are we going to talk about it later?
Um. Yeah, just bad things with mom. So.
Oh, shit. Okay. We'll
Yep.
talk later.
Yep.
Um so the I laugh at Liggett every time because every time he's on the show he goes, "So what are we talking about tonight?" Like there's some grand plan. You do understand that I go when I'm writing the description, I go, yeah, we'll talk about this. Like, who cares? So,
Well, there
like, we've
was
ever had trouble if we throw a subject out, you're going to have something to talk about. It doesn't matter.
Well, I
So-
sent Chad a text. I don't know if you want to touch on that or not.
That was already a thing. We had talked about
what
that.
I think
So,
of that situation or what's going on.
Yeah, no, that was already a discussion that everybody else has had except you. So, with me, but Power Tour. We're talking about Power Tour. None of us went on Power Tour this year. I have too much stuff going on. I'm already way behind for Rocky Mountain Race Week, so I could not go. But actually, I won't see you, Braden, Tatted Sailor. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Power Tour is on. Everybody is there. It's huge, like always. I heard 6,000 cars this year, and which is awesome. But everybody is also talking about how it feels like the influencer parade now, instead of just being a bunch of people cruising. Now, the truth of the matter is, even if there were 100 high, end influencers, if you will, YouTube stars, that would still be a fraction of the people that are there. It is really just normal people having a good time. But all you're seeing online right now is the the YouTube stars, and so it feels like YouTube on parade. That's what everybody's saying. So that doesn't really bother me. I don't much care. It's fun. I know I have friends that are there right now and they're having a good time. But man, I feel like 6,000 cars though, dude. And that there's like 1,000 of them or whatever that do the entire trip. Man, that part of it for me. I'm gonna sound like an old man, but that would be a little weird because the first time I did it, I believe was 2000. We went from. Somebody'd have to look this up. Look up the routes, but I believe it was 2000. It was either 2000 or 2001. And we went from San Bernardino, California to Panama City Beach, Florida in a week. And so it was literally all the way across the country. That was what Power Tour was back then. Now it's considerably shorter. It was nowhere near as big. I mean, at Panama City Beach, we were in an empty sand lot that was across the road from the beach. That was just some empty lot that they had rented out. That was where Power Tour was. And I mean, there were hundreds of cars there. And hundreds. And it was awesome. There was like 30 something of us that did the long haul. And they were so surprised that there were 30 some odd of us that did it. because they didn't even have any. There was nothing like there were no long haul like trophies or awards or none of that existed at that time, and so Freiberger and them went to him and Brad Gerber went to a store like not it wasn't Harbor Freight because it was 2000, but it was Home Depot or Sears or something, and I think it was Sears. They bought these yellow toolboxes that were like the one with the handle in the middle and the clamshell looked like a tackle box.
Yeah.
With a little plastic tray in it. We're talking plastic toolbox, probably cost $12. They got one of those for everybody that did the long haul. Put a long haul sticker on it and a hot rod stickers, and everybody on the hot rod staff autographed them. I still have mine. It's got random shit in it in the shop. Like that's. I mean, that was it. There was no plaques. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was around later when all the plaques and all that stuff, but it wasn't a thing then. I mean, they couldn't believe that 30 some odd of us went all the way across the country. And I drove from Texas to San Bernardino to then drive to Florida to drive back to Texas, And my buddy Sean flew in to Dallas to ride with me and do the whole trip. So, and we were early going to San Bernardino, so we went to Vegas, and that was a whole other thing.
When was the last time you did Power Tour? When was the last time you did Power Tour?
I don't know. I'm thinking. Probably like, I don't know, 2010, probably 12, somewhere in there. I don't know. I did it in 2005. I took Rusty. That's when they featured it. That's when everybody lost their minds about the car. 2006, I announced for them and drove the car on the trip. And I drove the car for several years. And
what year did we do the 48-hour Camaro? Was it?
Wasn't that 2012?
Yeah, you did Power Tour the year before, I think.
Okay, there you go.
If I remember right.
So, yeah.
So that would have been 11. Then we did 12, and then we did 33 and 13. So.
Oh, that's right. And, yeah, was it the year before the 48-hour Camaro that we did the Baloney Bash and all that on Power Tour? Where I drove,
yeah, you guys were there. I didn't go.
Yeah. I drove the motorhome.
Yeah.
Me and Daphne drove the motorhome. That was 2011. That was awesome.
Yep.
That was a great time.
I can't remember why I was stuck in Indiana. We were doing something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I know Jason and Jason and Darren came.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I love Power Tour. I think it's great. With that said, I would love to put on like a smaller thing. Something that wasn't as crazy. The downside to it now is that like it can't be in little towns. It has to be in places that have like football stadiums and junk to use their parking lots. I mean, it's so big. How else do you go? I mean, you got 6,000 people. How do you can't go to some little podunk place. So I think it would be fun to do one, that was regional.
Well, you could, but you would have to figure out ahead of time where everybody can meet up at.
Well, you'd still have to organize it the same way, but I think you could just do it where you limited it to,
because you still have the same problem, the limitations on where everybody's staying at and everything else. So
right.
There is one in Texas called Hot Rods and Honky Tonks.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like bar hopping, but with hot rods, and they just shoot a direction.
What could go wrong there?
I'm totally in. I'm in.
And all they do, there's like, I want to say 10 of them.
Yeah.
They do it every year. They just like basically point in a direction and just go till they feel like stopping and just go through all back roads, little towns. And
that's not the one I'm thinking of, because there's another one that used to be in Texas. Supposedly it still exists. That is the Texas. I think it used to be called the Texas Loop, but now it's the Texas something tour. And And
is that the one that
Texas,
goes from like south to north?
Yeah, I think so. A Texas road tour or something like that.
Yeah, because there was a stop this past year or last year. It was at they stopped at Little River on their way through.
There you go.
They let people like make some passes of the track and.
Yeah, I think it would be fun, to do. I have a buddy of mine in Oklahoma wants to do the Texas one, and he wants to put it on. Then there's another group of friends that want to do one that is has a really interesting name, and I can't say it because somebody will grab it. But it would be awesome as well. So I think it could be fun, no doubt. I think if you did it right, and you did it small, you could have it go to some cool places,
You could kind of plan it like Carcraft did with their anti-tour. It was like the way that Doug Glad did it, the anti-tour stuff was completely the opposite of Hot Rod, where it was less organized, less notice of ahead of time.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose was to keep the group small.
Right.
And
yeah, everybody just met at Global West and left from there and headed to Las Vegas, and I mean.
Well, there was one year they went to Speed World in outside Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would always go one way or the other, but it was fun.
Yeah,
and
the last one I did, we went up to Morro Bay up off the coast for Morro Bay's car show. And that one, we didn't. That was the only one I went on. We didn't do any kind of racing at all. But,
yeah, I went on the one to Vegas.
And that's where I met you.
Yeah, exactly, and it was fun. We had a good time, but it was. It only lasted a few more years because then, when the corporate guys went, wait a second. Power Tour is one of our biggest money-making things in the entire year. We can't have another one of our magazines bashing on it. so they were like, you can't do that anymore. So it was kind of funny, but I thought it was...
Yeah, there's no fun
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
From a PR perspective, it wasn't great. Okay, so besides road trips, other topic... truck shows. Is it just me, or is there a resurgence in custom truck shows right now? And in particular, mini truck shows, or have they always been there, but right now everybody's just talking about them again?
Resurge.
Okay.
Yeah, huge resurge. I've seen a number of friends that are buying anything and everything mini truck wise, just not like do a build, but just kind of like in the famous words of Freiberger, don't get it right, get it running.
Yeah.
And just going out and enjoying it like when we were
doing the wrong thing the right way.
Yeah. Dude, the craziest part to me is that there are a bunch of dudes who have had trucks that were not sellable, right? Because unless you're into mini trucks, like there have been time in the last 10 years, you couldn't sell a really trick custom mini truck because, quite frankly, normal people wouldn't own them, okay? Right. And so, here was a truck that somebody put their blood, sweat, and tears and maybe a lot of money into and had... sitting in the garage and literally has not been able to get rid of it. And so it's been just sitting there with boxes piled up on it and whatever else. And all of a sudden this year, they're like, aha, bitches, watch this. And they bring out their, body dropped, Toyota that has all the killer graphics on it and everything's done, and this thing is like straight up throwback from 1995. And I love it.
There's an individual out of he's in Southern California, LA area, but Israel Garcia. Yeah. He had a Toyota mini truck that was like the world champion bed dancer for umpteen years. Yeah. Went on all the lowrider shows and all that. He put the truck away in the garage and basically forgot about it. Threw a tarp over it. Boxes ended up on it, and I think last year or maybe 2 years ago, it was like cleaned it up, and now he's back on the tour again, and he's doing exhibitions, and it's just like everyone's like, "Holy crap, Israel's back! The truck's back!" kind of thing. And
Yeah, but I think he completely redid the bed, though, didn't he?
yeah, the bed's been, I think it's been done like twice, I think already.
Yeah,
But I
because
know,
he had years of problems keeping that frame together on that thing.
right.
It
So I'm
literally
sending
would
Chad.
throw the bed off on the ground.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
that's why the truck's a convertible also, because he kept bashing the bed into the back of the cab.
Dude, okay, now that I was literally about to say that. One of the things that people don't realize is how often, bed dancing trucks and stuff were convertibles or made into roadsters. A lot of the time, it was
Well, the
because
back of the cab was caved in.
yeah, because they couldn't do all the trick stuff if the cab was on it. So they'd make them a convertible, and that way the thing would
you
spin around
could.
and
You
everything.
just had to remember which switch was what.
Well, yeah, but that takes all the fun out of it, because half those guys didn't have a routine; they just were flicking switches like an epileptic,
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can you say that on TV?
yes, I said
Oh, okay.
epileptic, not something worse.
No, with an R.
Yeah, exactly. So, Liggett is sending me this, or has sent me this truck because he sent it to me the other day, and I'll share it. It's I don't like it. Well, I like parts of it, but I don't like overall. This is not. I would own it if it were really cheap, but it's not my favorite.
Okay.
And we'll discuss why. Right now, we're gonna like do the your opinion is wrong. So here it is. So this is a 1996 OBS, as everybody would call it now.
I've
dually.
seen that truck somewhere.
Yeah, it's I think it's
Oh,
so here's what's wrong. Everything that's wrong with it is back here. So the dually
Well, you
fenders,
don't like the bow tie on the tailgate?
no. But the dually fenders are molded in.
And aren't they extended?
And they are extended
yeah, there's something going on.
lower. The wheel opening
It's
has
got
been
freaking
dropped.
skirt.
Yeah, the wheel opening has been dropped so that it's tucking more tire, which is
Let's not modify the truck so it actually lays on the freaking ground like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why ground effects and all that that's for people that can't make shit low. So I mean, look at that. That's just stupid. Look at how big this side is here above the wheel.
Winnebagos are looking at that thing going, ew.
Yeah, exactly. It's not right. The front of it is totally fine. I mean, other than the fact that it's not laid out. It's got a Magnuson or a Whipple or something on it.
Got a Whipple on it.
And it's weird that it's a bench seat. That's a little odd, but I still dig it. The interior is all fine.
I like the bench seat, though.
Oh, I like a bench seat. I'm fine with that. So it has a subwoofer box in the bed that's ported through the back of the cab. That's what this picture is.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's ported, so that leaks because that's what happens.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah.
No.
And it leaks.
I love the diamond plate.
Oh, I know. It leaks because the box is sitting on the bed floor. The only way it wouldn't leak is if it was floating above the bed floor because it was mounted to the back of the cab.
I never knew that diamond plate was good for acoustics, though.
Yeah, oh, it's great. It's great.
It's
and yeah,
great.
So you look at the ass end of this
really
thing.
Good for vibrating, when you want a sub that vibrates. Yeah.
Yes. It's just not. I mean, look at this. Like the graphic on the back is horrible. Like it shouldn't have gone up onto the tonneau cover. That's the problem.
No, that's
like.
Does the bow tie have a backup camera in the middle of it?
I believe it does. Yes, I believe that is what's there.
New and better uses for a bow tie.
It has no taillights in it, which means that they're underneath the paint here in the corners. Which I honestly, with all the molded shit on the back of this, it's no wonder it only has 27,000 miles, because if it had 28,000 miles on it, all of the bodywork could be cracked off.
Yep.
So I want to like it, and there are parts of it that I like, but realistically, if it were mine, I'd have to take this bed off of it, save the tonneau cover. No, not even that because it's painted. Well, yeah, it's fine. I'd just repaint it, and I'd put a bed on it. I'd need to put a bed on it and lay it on its balls like God intended, as Crosby said.
No, you wouldn't. If you ended up with it, it would look like that, only broken up and shitty after it's sat out in the backyard forever.
That's probably true. Yes. Yeah, I don't.
You know who else has a bad crew cab dually now, don't you?
Yes, I do. And if you sent me a picture, I would share it.
I will do that right now.
Yeah, Joe Barry. You don't know Joe, but Joe Barry, who we know from all the Drag and Drive events, and he lives in Colorado Springs, and he has that cool orange and white 56 Chevy Pro Street car that, you know, it runs sixes and stuff. I didn't know it, but he's a closet custom truck fan, and so he just bought a.
He's not all bad then.
No, he's great people, but he just bought a. Did you text it to me or send it to me on?
I'm working
Messenger?
on it.
Okay, Messenger. Yeah, Messenger is what I need. So yeah, I like that there's shows going. You know, I bought a mini truck and I want to redo it, so that's.
Well, Bewley's been dragging Project Indy all over the place.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of guys that are like building new stuff and all these things. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so here is Joe Barry's truck. These photos, it needs a couple of things fixed on it, but not much. I totally approve of this truck. Tell me what you guys think.
It's cool.
I like it.
It's orange.
It is. I believe
It's
those are
definitely
24s. I like the orange a lot. I
they're
believe those are
24s.
24s. I'm not a fan of the 24s typically. I
Me
like
either.
that it has a bumper. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that it still has door handles and all that stuff. I'm entertained by the fact that the hydraulic struts will no longer hold up the bed cover, but that's okay. That's fixable.
Ooh, there's another first.
Yeah, right?
Hey, Jay finally fixed his.
No.
He got here the other day to pick up something. I picked up the tonneau cover to grab the strut, and I'm like, it's not there. And I'm like, where the hell's the strut? And he goes, let go of the tonneau cover. And it stayed up.
Wow.
Like, things are changing.
I'm telling you.
But I guess you make 40 grand on selling, or 45 grand on selling a 61 on Paul. You can afford some struts for your dually.
There you go.
One of the other things I was bidding on at lunch today was a square body, 79 square body dually, 4-door, 454 4-speed. But
Ooh.
I had something about self-control got over me and I didn't buy it.
Smart. I do like the graphics on this truck. I would change the hitch if it was mine.
Yeah, that would go through the bumper.
There's a lot of little things he's going to do.
Yeah, I'd put the hitch through the bumper like Crosby said.
But it's
the
clean.
The interior's cool. It's okay.
It's okay. Warm.
But overall, I like it.
It is a big block power. So
yeah. Well, I'm sure, yeah.
And it's fairly low miles. I don't remember what exactly, but he started it up and let it idle, and it was just like sounded really, really good.
So what all is he gonna? I do like the exhaust actually, but it's not. Is it on air or no?
Yes, it is air front and rear.
Okay. Does it lay out all the way or?
Pretty close. He's gonna get or in the process doing all new air management, all new bags.
Yeah.
Fittings, lines, just making sure that's all
fresh.
Yeah, fresh. I know when I took those pictures, he went online and we talked about over some stuff, and he made orders, and I know the compressors are brand new, but the tank had a lot of rust in it, so we're going with a stainless tank. And I'm not sure if he was using AccuAir or Rytec.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or
one or the other.
Yeah.
Is AccuAir the one that was out of business for a while and then back in business, or was that another one?
Technically, they didn't go out of business. They kind of took a nosedive, and then they were working on a deal with what is it? Starts with an A.
Airlift?
No, Arno or Arnaud or whatever it is. That's who bought it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But I know they are in business now. From what I understand, they are only in the air management business. They are not doing anything else. So,
well, that's basically all they were doing before.
Well, but they had just started doing kits and everything, and doing, with brackets and bags and all that was what they were starting to get into, because they were coming after Rytec when it all went.
Our shop has an F10 chassis with an AccuAir setup sitting in it behind it, but it was under a 52 Chevy pickup truck. But
speaking of Jay Leitenberg, he is in the house. He asks, "Is that Corange?" It might be.
There's a little bit of history with Corange.
You think?
Well, it matches your hat, Chad. It's very nice.
Actually, my hat is red.
It looks orange.
In these light, it's looking orange, but it's not. It's red. This is my Mike Cotton hat. Speaking of mini trucks, Cotton, like that dude is, he's painted a bunch of cool mini trucks and stuff. So, and he daily drives a round body S10 Blazer that's got Corvette salad shooters on it.
Yeah.
That's lowered. That he did a nice little graphic down the side because he
just
said
as long as he's not wiring them, we're okay.
No, Cotton is okay at wiring. It's Dave you don't want to let.
Is that who it is?
12-volt Dave you don't want to let. Newbern is not. You do not let Newbern near the fuses.
Yeah, Cotton drives that Blazer all over the place. I mean, he drove it down to Atlanta a couple of times for the show.
Yeah, he lives near St. Louis too. So
I thought he was like in Illinois or Iowa or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the last shows they did was with that 4-wheel drive Tahoe, and he went up against that, and I guess they ultimately only beat him by 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah,
in his daily
like
driven SA Dime.
Oh yeah, I approve. Okay, so if you guys were gonna build a mini truck from scratch, money was no object to debut.
Oh, we are in fantasy land.
I know. What body would you start with? I already know what Wickham would do because he already bought it. So
Nope.
Oh no. Okay. So
who wants
to go first?
No,
Wickham. Let's hear what he's got to say.
This is completely off the wall.
I'm gonna be mad at you right now, aren't I? God.
Toyota made 2 body styles of this truck. One was an extra cab short bed. One was a regular cab long bed. They never made a regular cab short bed. The T100.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh,
the ugliest Toyota in the history of Toyota trucks. You're such an idiot. My God. I do not know why we're friends sometimes.
Regular cab short bed. Toyota. Okay, you're back. I couldn't help myself. God. Hey. Okay, regular cab.
That is the PowerShift version of the Gong Show.
Yes. Come on. A T100. Dude, it was like you took a regular Toyota, hooked a Schrader valve up to it, and blew it up, and in the meantime, when it did, yes, exactly, it lost all of the good body lines and became this thing that looked like the Ford Taurus of trucks. And it wasn't
Hold on,
it's size.
I just figured out why Wickham likes it, because it's got bigger headlights than that piece of shit Volvo he's driving.
Wow.
So true. Okay, so for the people at home that don't know what a T100 is, I'm gonna look one up. So that
Yeah,
you guys
don't
can
have
see.
anything in your mouth or haven't
Yeah.
eaten anything
Does it look a
recently.
lot like a Honda Passport?
Oh no,
Yeah.
those things are
A
stylish
little.
compared.
So yeah, these were God, they were horrible. So and they're Jesus. I'm opening one up cuz they weren't a mini truck either. They're like a
They weren't
weird
full size. They weren't mid size.
yeah, they were like it was when Dodge came out with the Dakota and all those things too.
It was
So they were
literally.
like
We met with the engineers from Toyota with what's his name that used to run Western Chassis, and they
oh
came
okay.
up and they showed us this truck, and this is going to be the full size version for a Toyota. Yeah, swing and a miss.
Yeah, I was going to say they sucked. And
And Wickham,
look,
I'm sorry, but you can't make those things look cool because when they're laid out, they look like an upside down frying pan or
I'm
something.
trying to find the picture I have of one.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm looking at lots of pictures of them and I can't find one that's not some little podunk ass ad photo for one. So it makes me angry.
Courtney shot one that, who was it? It was,
He did the paint on it, or did a graphic on it.
yeah, but it had a short bed put on a standard cab.
Oh, okay. So they made what Wickham
Yeah,
wants to make.
they made it. It was black and white, wasn't it?
No, it was the one I'm thinking of was silver or like a light blue silverish
You
color.
might you might be right.
And what Courtney told me when it was on the cover is that they took the wheels and tires off the truck and set the car on blocks and rolled a wheel that they got from Wheel Warehouse, just one, into the wheel well and took a picture of it for the cover.
Because the wheels that were on it looked like there were 15 sizes too small. It looked like a skateboard with the little highway wheels on it.
Yeah, they're just not right. Like okay, here we go. I finally have a photo of one that is of sufficient size. Okay, people, I apologize for showing you this because Wickham's a weirdo. And this is like a really nice one, so you can't like say, oh, well, you picked an ugly one. Like I picked the nicest one on the internet. And look at that. It's just see it every line in it is just like bleh, like
It looks like a melted 96 F-150.
yeah, you know what it also does? It
The
look
most hideous
actually
truck ever built, the 96 150.
yeah. They also it's like they took the regular, Toyota truck before a Tacoma and they dumbed all the body lines down so that when the Tacoma came out it would look even better, which I wasn't a big fan. Now I like them, but still. Like
Well, that's what eventually became the Tundra.
I know this did, yes, and it's stupid.
This thing has no relationship with the Tundra other
Well,
than their
other than it being the
mid-size
truck before, yes.
upper size.
Yeah.
Because nothing else underneath as far as a platform had anything to do with the Tundra.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it called a T100? Because they ran out of ideas and they couldn't look at it any longer to come up with a name for it.
Dude, look at this is the best part. I didn't even look at this, but apparently the asking price for this thing, it sold for $8,000. It sold for $8,000 3 years ago. But yeah. 2-owner California truck with 64,000 miles and it sold for $8,000. Your ass.
Low miles.
Huh?
That's low miles.
So what? $8,000? I wouldn't have paid $8,000 for it new.
Always hating.
Yes, totally.
Pick something we like.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're judgmental.
Okay, Liggett's not a. Are you a mini truck guy at all?
No.
I appreciate them. I appreciate, just like I appreciate lowriders, I appreciate all kinds of vehicles for different reasons. But
Okay, what would you build if you were going to build one?
there were two cart trucks that I kind of liked. One is the predecessor to this was a Toyota SR5 years.
Yeah, like what year of Toyota truck?
Like in the late 80s,
Yeah,
mid
okay,
80s,
there you go.
mid to
Like
late
God
80s.
intended. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
gonna
then
go.
when I first moved to California, I worked for an auto parts company, and they had me driving their customized 72 Ford Couriers. And
gotcha.
Yeah, I
it had
like
the
those
bed
too.
molded in. It was black with the yellow and orange and red Z stripes like ZZ Top. Every truck in the fleet was painted that way from the guy that
Yeah.
owned the company. And I had a lot of fun in it. Supposedly the engine was souped up, but it was a four cylinder with a 4-speed, so I kind of liked driving it. I had a choice between that and a Dodge D100, and I always took the Courier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna show you two pictures here. Hold on. So
If I was going to do an SR5, it'd have to be like that turquoise color, a solid color. I'm not really into those wild graphics.
right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I need to ask which of these. I say which of these. I'm trying to get you a photo of two different ones to tell me which of these two body styles do you like the most. Okay. So let's go first off. Okay, we'll let everybody decide. Do you like A, this is a mid 80s, okay, body style. Note the
With all the
sharp.
4-wheel drive stuff on it.
Yeah,
84, 88.
Yeah, notice the sharp body lines around the wheel openings and such. Or do you go for the later, i.e., this 1993 model, which this one has flared fenders a little bit, which are 4x4 stuff on the front.
Yes, that is 4x4.
But generically speaking, I prefer this later body a little bit myself.
I kind of like the earlier ones with the extra body lines.
There you go. There you go.
Just miss me. There was a nice one that lived near me, and he had an extra cab. It was lowered out, and it was. I thought he said it was a factory color turquoise. It was almost like an 5 Impala artesian turquoise. It looked really good with all the chrome. Yeah. But he put a tonneau cover on it, filled the bed with 12-inch subs. So the whole truck vibrated every time the bass hit.
Yeah, I like that. I approve. Okay, here's one that I like. Hold on.
I had both styles of that truck, and I prefer the 84 to 88.
Okay, well, there you go.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm with Wickham on that.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
But I like that here, too, though.
This truck gives me lumber right here. That is the
only thing
right there.
Though I would only do one thing different on that. Actually, two things different on it.
Okay, lay it on me.
Door handles would have stayed.
Yep.
And I would have put a standard size bed on it.
Okay, now I believe I am with either you leave all the door handles or you shave all the door handles.
Just leave them on.
Deal. Yeah, I would leave them on.
Thing's laying on its nuts. Why do you need to pop the doors open? Who cares?
Right.
Who's going to notice it's got door handles on it?
Right. I will say that I think with a standard sized short bed, it would have been even cooler, but I do dig this thing a lot.
I don't think they had the standard beds in Australia because that's where that one's.
Yeah, no, I know. I would have got. Yeah, this is
no. That's not what I'm saying. But you could get the 4-wheel drive version of that and do the same thing with it here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So no, again, money.
But put a standard bed on it. It'd be money. Either that or take a a standard bed and take the back end off it, so you stretch the wheelbase out and still leave it the same length
Yeah, I'm
to
with you
get
on that.
the wheel away from the back of the cab. But
So,
I already know where Chad's going to go on this.
No,
so
I'm with you. Go, you do you now.
I'm going to go a couple of years earlier than Chad is going to go. I'm
Oh,
going to go
okay.
85 Mitsu and basically leave the body alone, lay it out, and hopefully if Blueprint ever gets off their butts and makes that LS headed four banger, put one of those in it. But either
You
if
mean the
not,
one that they super glued to the block at PRI?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That one's JB welded to the block. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all good with
I
it.
wouldn't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Well,
They.
then an EcoBoost motor in it then.
Yeah. So 85 is the year that mine was. The one I bought now that I have now is a 86, but still.
I thought it was a later one.
No, it's a round body. Yeah.
Oh, then
Yeah, it's a round body.
That's my
also.
truck there.
I
had
know.
I had a 84.
Yeah, mine was an 85 that I had, but this one's an 86, but it's the same body style. So,
Yeah.
So like 85 Mitsubishi mini truck. Let's see what comes up. They're hard to find. The early trucks, customized, like you just don't see them very often. You know what I mean?
Not many people did them back then. It was Nissans or Toyotas.
Right. Oh yeah, exactly. Yes. And
Everybody in the club goes, "You're a weirdo," and I'm like,
yes. And
yeah, well, and your point is?
Yeah, exactly. I always loved mine, and so I'm thrilled to have another one. But I mean, I like the square, Mighty Maxes too. Like they're great, but the round body trucks, which if you're not familiar, the truck we're talking about is this. This is a stock one, a 1980, but it's the same. Oh, it's the same.
Yep.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to add.
So it's like a D100.
D50. Yeah, D50.
Yeah,
D50.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So this is a Plymouth Arrow, which has a single headlight. The Mitsubishis had single headlights. The Dodges had double headlights. And the Plymouths and the Dodges had a smooth tailgate that didn't have anything embossed in it. And if it's a Mitsubishi,
they had decals on them.
Yeah, they had decals. And if it's a Mitsubishi, it had the tailgate said Mitsubishi. It was embossed in it. And that's what I got, a Mitsubishi tailgate for mine, even though it is a Ram 50. It's a Dodge. So, but the I dig them. I mean, they're cool little trucks. They had cool graphics, like especially the Plymouths. They had some cool graphics packages that were available on them that was kind of neat. One of the ones that I
when
liked,
rainbows were still cool.
Yeah, exactly. I liked this one. I always thought these were cool.
That's it right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Yep.
And those wheels weighed a freaking ton.
Yeah, they were
The
super
spokes
heavy,
were
dude.
like a quarter of an inch thick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Detroit Steel picks up those wheels and goes, "Man, these things are heavy."
Heavy. Yeah, exactly. They were a great little truck. I mean, I loved mine. But like I said, you don't see them laid out. I mean, you see them every once in a while, but you have to be like at an event to see, one of them that's, on air.
But they just got a clean line to them.
Oh yeah, and they were all long beds.
Yep.
There was no short bed of any kind available.
But they weren't a long bed.
No, you're right.
They were only 6 foot.
Yeah, they were in the middle, compared. And they just proportionally they were right. you know?
They actually put the wheel well in the right spot on the bed.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. I dig
And
them.
the frame doesn't hang down that far past the bottom of the body.
No, it's only like 2.5 inches or something, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
right. And
Yep.
on mine, I'm gonna see. Like I plan on back halving mine, but I think I'm gonna see like how much room is there between the floor and the bottom of the cab, and just suck up that extra space. Like not do a full body drop probably on it, but just just basically get it until the floor touches the frame rails, or
Just
1/4 inch from doing it.
take it and cut it off right at the firewall and put a piece of 3x3 underneath the cab.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, and
I
then it'll
sent
sit
you
all the way.
one that was customized. Looks like early '90s.
Oh no, early '90s. So this is the later one.
What's it?
Yeah, this is the later body style. So wow, this thing is crazy throwback. Watch this. Watch this. This is the kind of thing that people that didn't understand mini trucks went, "What the hell are you doing?" And they were right. Hold on. Um, Come on, you could do it. Give me the right picture. There we go.
Oh no,
Yep.
Wow.
no,
But
no.
that is an 87 or later Mighty Max. Um, and they essentially, the chassis on them is the same.
Yeah.
As far as chassis components, the wheelbase is a little different. And obviously this is a much squarer truck, but all the chassis
You know what that thing
components were
could
the same.
use? Some more pink and another rear axle.
Yes, another rear axle would make it cool. Okay,
It's
but
like the
here's the one.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, now this is my jam right here. You are 100% right, Liggett. That is awesome right there.
That with a Pinto 2300 with a turbo on it would be
Dude.
the shit.
Here's the beauty though of a mini truck. Like my mini truck was a turbo diesel. The engine that's in my current one is rated at 92 horsepower, which happens to be 1 horsepower less than my Civic. Okay, and that's okay. Like it doesn't even matter when you're in a mini truck. Like I don't care how fast it is ever. Like it's cool if it'll do burnouts, but the truth of the matter is, railing the thing down the freeway, dragging it in every driveway over every speed bump, like that's what having a mini truck was all about. It was about being the guy that rolled up in a parking lot. There'd be people walking on the sidewalk in the shopping center, and you just drug that thing over a speed bump, and everybody turned and looked and went, "What is wrong with that thing?" And you're like, "It's awesome."
Everything is wrong with it. That's why it's cool.
Exactly. Uh, what was your most obnoxious custom truck, like to the general
Me?
public? Yeah,
Me?
all of you guys. Yeah.
Uh, I think the not necessarily obnoxious, but the one that surprised the most people was when I showed up at SEMA that year with the 56 F100 on the trailer
Yeah.
and 900 pounds of Firestone displays in the bed
Right.
and 315/35 BF Goodrich's on 17 by 11s on the back of it.
Yeah, I like that.
And the look on Richard Meyer's face like, you should be dead. Like what? There's more weight in the back of that truck than the tires can hold, let alone the trailer and everything else.
Right.
I'm like, I made it here.
Yeah, it's here. It's alive.
I don't see the problem.
No. Okay, here is a really good lowered. I forgot about this one. Here's a really good lowered Mighty Max that you will like.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? Okay, now I have to tell you, I do want to play with mine and see about putting a Toyota front bumper on it. A
That's
Toyota,
where I was just gonna
yeah.
go.
Toyota bumper and valance. I do want to do it. And I actually am going to do it a little different than most, I think, because I'm not going to cut the bottoms of the fenders off if I don't have to. I'm going to trim them so they go around the corners like factory would have been then.
Yeah.
And I think it would be awesome. But this thing is, I mean, come on. What's not to love right there? Look at
What
those
is the
lines.
most expensive ticket you got in a lowered vehicle?
Ooh. You know what? I didn't get any really expensive tickets. In
I guarantee you, I got you all beat.
Oh, I know you do because I already know where you're going. But I I I don't remember getting any really expensive tickets in it. I got pulled over a lot. I mean, a lot in it. And where they would just harass you and waste your time because they were dicks. Like, I'd be on my way to a date and, like, I was dressed nice to go out and they, oh, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to pick up my girlfriend. Oh, that's going to suck for a while because we're going to stay here while I inspect your entire truck. You know, and the entire time you're like, you've reached down and you've just barely cracked the ball valve open so that the thing is slowly raising up. And you're hoping it's slow enough that the
I'm still
cop
amazed
doesn't.
that you had ball valves on this freaking thing.
Of course. Um, I'm.
Not surprised, amazed,
I
not
didn't. I
surprised.
didn't. There was nothing else at the time that I had available to me. So, but you know, you were trying to raise it up. So by the time you got the tape measure out, that the you know that there was nothing hanging below the rim. You know that the headlights were at something close to the legal height. Like all those things. You know, because I don't know about you. So everybody that's watching right now. Like, list the weirdest law that you ever heard about in your home state with regards to a car. So in California, there were height limits, upper limit, like a maximum headlight.
Center of headlight.
Yeah.
There was a
The
maximum
lowest
and minimums.
the lowest is, and I know because I got tickets for both of them multiple times. Uh, Lowest is 21 inches to
I
the
was gonna say I
center.
thought it was 21.
Highest is 6 foot 2 inches to the center of the headlight, or it used to be.
Oh,
But
okay.
one that I didn't know, and because I had a lifted truck for a while,
Yeah.
is that there is a limit of height where the exhaust can come out of the side of a vehicle.
Really?
Yeah,
I did
it
not know that.
cannot come out the side of a vehicle between uh, 14, 14 inches and 11 feet.
Wow.
Can't go directly out the side of a vehicle.
Anywhere in between those two?
It, Anywhere in between those two.
Wow. I wonder why.
Texas, the center of the headlight had to be 22, and the bottom of the taillight had to be 18.
Gotcha.
But I think one of the funniest tickets I ever got, and it actually wasn't for what caused the most anger out of the one cop. I got pulled over in a 70 bug with a merged stinger sticking out of the back of it, which happened to be black. And the one cop got out and walked up to the car because he was laying on its nuts, obviously.
Yeah.
The other cop got out and walked in between the two cars and tripped over the stinger,
Oh.
spinning him into a
Yeah.
dimension of pissed off he'd never been in his life.
Oh.
I remember this story, yes.
Yeah, I was there for a while.
Wow.
That was right there on Mountain and Fourth, right across from Joanne's.
So everybody in the rest of the world or the rest of the United States who likes lifted trucks that have like a subframe under the chassis with suspension links attached to it and such. You owe California for that. So in California, there is a factory chassis height maximum. Now, not saying that, I mean, there's tons of people that don't follow it, okay? But for a normal truck, like, you know, a half-ton to one-ton truck, it would be 30 inches. If it's a bigger truck, actually, I shouldn't say that. So a half to three-quarter ton, I'm looking it up right now, is 30. 1 ton is 31 inches. So here's the thing. A bunch of the lift kits that became available when the independent front suspensions came out, they had a subframe that bolted to the side of the frame rail, and that was so that the bottom of the frame rail, and that was to hang the torsion bar off of or what have you. It also was because then it extended the frame of the vehicle lower. And so Crosby remembers there was a time when guys with big solid axle trucks would actually take a second frame rail just in the middle and weld it and plate it to the side. But then guys
most of them were just bolted on.
Yes, exactly.
I know because my Toyota had a piece of 2x4 tubing that was sectioned off on the ends. It was just bolted to it.
Yep.
That I would take off.
Yeah.
After I got the ticket signed off.
Yes, exactly. But they absolutely. And the the height law in every state is that nothing can be hanging down below the rim. What's really interesting about that is that there are actually a few brand new cars in 2023 that are not legal to operate on any highway in the United States of America because of that actual law. So,
the like federal DOT laws,
like new Tahoes and Suburbans, the police ones have a small wheel with a big tire.
And the exhaust is below.
No, the independent rear suspension lower control arm is below.
Yeah, the exhaust is running below that.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Well, the new electric Ford Lightning's like that.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
And the electric Ford Lightning only go about 45 miles at a time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well,
send that abomination that I sent you. I'm on my phone, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
The white abomination. I sent Charles some pictures of a truck that we ran into on the way to Minnesota to get the boat. Okay. And it was at the Diamond Joe Casino in someplace in Iowa.
Yeah. Diamond Joe Casino.
It's about what you think about it, like a bunch of toothless people putting their last nickel in the slot machine, hoping to get rich. But
nice.
Literally, their last nickel.
Yeah. And this
thing, if you dig through the couch to go out, you might be broke.
You think?
This truck was probably in the back lot of SEMA a year or two ago.
What?
This one that Scott sent me.
Oh, okay. But you haven't sent it to me yet.
Well, I did send you one picture.
I know, I saw that. Yeah. Is that the one? That's the truck?
No. There's one of the...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, you remember that truck I went and picked up, right, Chad? Or what's his name that puts on Battle Alabama?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, hold on. I just found a gold mine of awesome D50-ness. Look at this thing. This thing is so good right here. It really is. It's awesome. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's awesome.
Ooh.
I approve. See, the neat thing about these trucks is the rear wheel well was the right height, and the front you really could tuck into them.
See, with the dog dish caps and everything.
I know. I like the Steelies and dog dishes.
Put this thing up.
Okay, this is so
Is it Randall?
Wickham just sent me this, and it's horrible. And I say it's horrible. It's somebody likes this. I just am not that guy.
What is it? A Volvo on a Unimog chassis? Oh, it is.
No, this. God, ick. A Volvo on a Unimog chassis, I'd be into actually.
Yeah, straight out of the back lot of SEMA.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, everything about this truck is wrong.
There should be a bull sticker on the door.
Oh, yeah.
And some Mexican guy with a cowboy hat with pointed boots on.
Here's my favorite thing is that if I'm not mistaken, it's only a 6-lug because it's a half-ton truck. Oh, no, it says it has a Cummins. It's a 2500. Okay. Still.
What is that dip?
I'll bet you that it has a Bluetooth front drive shaft in it. And, you know, it's, God. It's, I'm not discounting the amount of work that somebody put into this, but I'm just not a fan of the giant wheel and the rubber band off-road tires. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, if I was going to build a big lifted truck again and I was going to make it tall, it would be on 44-inch swampers so I could just give this to everybody in the world because that's how God intended.
Well, it's good with the license plate that was on it.
Well, the worst thing about this thing, I bet you it's got 3-inch spacers on it, too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, the hubs are, the wheel bearings are just dying inside. Yeah.
Well, around here, this is all I had to do around here when I'm sitting here right now, is to completely confuse everybody in Nebraska who drives nothing but 3/4-ton diesels.
Right.
Was to show up at the boat ramp with my 67
yes. Right.
GMC lowered, and when I backed the boat in, the rear bumper and the tailpipes were underwater, and
yeah.
And they're looking at me like I'm weird. They got a $70,000 truck that they're launching a $10,000 boat with.
Yeah.
And they're looking at me like I'm out of my mind.
Yeah. 100%.
So this is a picture I took. I just thought for the hell of it, I took the boat to the car wash and then I just ran errands all day with it. I went to the grocery store. I went to Walmart. I went to Menards. I had that thing back there. People are just completely confused. They didn't know
with the single axle trailer. If you didn't go through a drive-through somewhere, you missed the opportunity.
Exactly. We already
the drive-throughs around here are easy. They don't have like the double curve going around the building.
Yeah, you shared this one with us a few weeks ago.
Oh,
did I?
Yeah, Crosby did. Yeah. This thing has been sitting in storage forever.
Yep.
Yeah. So
do you think these and the slammed out dualies are going to start making a comeback, and they're going to coming out of the woodwork again?
The dualies are already stupid money. It's happening with dualies.
Yeah.
Like that's where it's going. But sorry, Doug is telling me to. So Doug DeLay got a new to him square body.
Ooh, cool.
Which we can all approve of.
Mm-hmm.
In Southern California, so you know it's right. And not rusted out. I approve.
Well, it's still got rust on the bottom corners of the fenders. They all do. Whether you're in Cali or not.
Right. But looks pretty straight other than the left front fender having a little wahoo in it right there.
Yep, that's cool. Good.
Yep.
4 or 5?
It doesn't say. It's a Big 10 though. So it's a Big 10. That means it's got a big block in it.
Ooh, right.
Yes.
I thought those were like heavy halves.
No, a Big 10 was the short bed version. A heavy half was long. I don't believe you could get a Big 10 and a long bed. Maybe you could, but they're not the same. The Big 10 was was heavy duty in a few ways, and one of the things was it came with
Yeah,
a
it
big
had 12-volt posi in it,
yes,
and it had the bigger calipers on the front with the
yes,
larger rotors.
yep, the 1.25 inch rotors and stuff that became
Yep.
normal later instead of the 1-inch rotors.
A
Which
400
is
with
why
a big
when you
with
go
a big
get,
block and a 4-inch drive shaft, wasn't it?
I think so, and
And
this
an
is why
extra
you had to
leaf
order.
and an extra leaf in the rear package made it right like
Yes.
crap.
Exactly. That's why when you get drop spindles for a square body, you have to measure your rotors because the spindle pin is different on a on one with the
Was
big
it?
rotor versus the small rotor,
Yeah.
and the mounting brackets are in a different place and stuff. So,
Inch and a 16th to inch and a quarter rotor.
yeah, there you go. So Wickham is sharing this now. Hold on, and I don't like these, but it's just personal preference. Like, this is not my jam, but this is a nicely done truck. But I just am not a square. Well, I'm just not a square. I'm not a Ford Ranger guy, period. But I'm definitely not a square Ranger guy.
Those I like, but I actually like the little Broncos better.
The Bronco
there you
too.
go. I would
Yep.
rather have a Bronco too, probably. Yes.
We were walking around the trucking show down in Orange County, me and Courtney, and we came upon a rolling chassis Bronco 2 that had a Toyota front end on it. And it gets better. The shocks were mounted on the upper control arm to the lower control arm.
No way. So they
I
just
swear to God.
moved.
Yeah. Engineering geniuses. So Courtney asked
Man, I
him.
need some stiffer shocks.
Courtney asked him, "Is that a Toyota front end?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's a Toyota front end, but it's a Bronco too." No shit, Sherlock. I go, "You want to tell me about the shocks?" And Courtney goes, "There is no help for this guy."
Yeah.
And we just walked away.
A lot of the guys that did the Rangers, they did use the Toyota front clip when they bagged and body dropped them.
Yeah, to get rid of the
I-beam shit.
Yeah.
Death.
Right.
Death beams.
Okay, hold
But
on. I'm trying to.
It was just amazing to see the shocks mounted in between the control arms. I was looking at that, and I couldn't even fit that in my skull. I just thought I was like losing my mind for a second. I had to
Right.
grab Courtney by the shirt, and I was like, "Look at this," and he goes,
That's epic. Okay, so Liggett sent me this, and I totally approve of this truck.
"Oh
Like,
yeah."
A friend of mine just bought this locally. It's
I
a
could
big
make this
boss
truck.
edition.
It's a what?
A big boss edition. It's basically a conversion van inside.
Yeah,
It's
I was
got
gonna say that would have
the
been a dealer thing.
big captain's chairs with all the fluffiness and velour interior. The back seat is the same back seat you would have in a van. It folds down into a bed.
Yep.
Oh.
No way! It's one of those.
Yeah, it's got some ridiculous wood console in it, wood applique,
Oh, yeah.
wood things on the
Yeah.
dash and the doors and stuff. And he just paid $3,500 for this. I'm sure this was some old guy's towing rig. So
Holy.
Take the running boards off it, body drop the thing, and leave everything else just the way it is. And
Oh, 100%.
just see the look on people's faces.
Yeah, I'd leave the chrome wheels. I'd want the tall tires. I'd probably put a little skinnier tall tire on it so it tucks them better. But yeah, I would lay this thing on its balls and leave it alone. 100%.
Did it have a fifth wheel to pull a horse trailer or something in the back?
Yes, 100%.
probably, I mean, around here, nobody buys one of these without doing that. So, and I keep coming up with, I've worked on like 3 different trucks that these old guys own, and they're like a 2006 dually that we got in, Chevy dually, that had 32,000 original miles. And the guy, he's a retired farmer. All thing he ever does with it is haul his trailer, camper trailer in it. And
Right.
Well, you know it's a cow guy because it's not a horse guy, because a horse guy would have had the headache rack, the diamond plate headache rack on
Oh
it.
yeah.
So the hay bale won't touch the rear window.
Right.
yeah, well, it doesn't
Because
have
God
the
knows that's going to scratch everything up.
Yeah.
The people that know me know that I'm into die-cast cars and trucks right now, and one of the hottest die-cast trucks right now.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Is
Is that
crew
the
cab
one
dually
from
4-wheel drive?
Cannonball Run?
No. But
Okay.
the thought has crossed my mind to do a custom of that, though.
Right.
But yeah,
That's
I got
freaking cool.
I got stupid lucky finding that in the store one day. So
Wickman owns more cars than any of us. They're just all 1/32nd scale or whatever.
64th.
64th. There you go.
Ironically, the only ones that are painted.
Yeah.
I do have a few Hot
The
Wheels.
nice thing about them is that they're easy to park. Oh, yes.
Well, you want to see the best one?
You know who might have him beat, though? Is Bewley.
Oh, really?
Bewley's got Hot Wheels tattooed on his freaking arm.
Oh,
Minivan
Oh, no way.
That's just
yeah.
ridiculous. He sent me
That
that
is
in the
like
package the other day. And I'm like,
epic.
no.
How many kids you think in the late '80s wanted a minivan Hot Wheels that matched the car they had to ride to school in?
Yeah.
What, so they could burn it in effigy or what?
So that's right there. This dually here is right.
Is that 12-volt Dave's, buddy?
No. No, his is all black.
Okay, it looks black. I don't.
No, it might be, but it's not.
I
his
approve
truck.
of the
No.
89 to,
His
or
is like all
88 to
primer
91
black,
front
one
end.
color. Yeah, I prefer a trim
It's
truck.
got to be a
but mine's
73
body line.
79 for me. I
Yeah,
gotta
I
have
prefer a trim truck, but
I
mine's a
I
body
like them
line
all,
truck,
but I've
so
always liked these are the only ones I like the little bulbs on.
right.
Square bodies need
Because
round.
Do what?
Square bodies need round headlights.
You of anybody in this group has no room to talk about freaking headlights.
I do
Yeah,
have
that's
some
true.
news though. It tipped my toe into the LS world recently.
Okay. Oh,
Is the
yes,
world
that's
coming to a
right.
screeching halt?
Yeah.
or what?
Wait,
LS.
yes, because the day that you got your first LS, you then sent me a message about that guy right there. Tell everybody what you got and then why it has to do with Wickman.
Oh yeah, he wants me to. Yeah. So what it was to give you, I work at I work at the muscle car factory, and the guy had it's a '99 6-liter LQ4 iron-headed one that was in an '86 K20 with a flatbed. And he was having all kinds of problems with it.
You mean iron block?
Yeah, we took that out, and then we put in a 383 from Blueprint. And so he didn't want it, and I got it for a ridiculous amount of money. And he said it was knocking. I drove the truck; it wasn't knocking. So
lifter noise.
It's probably got a bad. It's got a bad oil pump in it, and it's not building the lifter pressure.
Looking at the header gaskets that are blown out right next to the O2 sensors, I think there's a problem with that too. So anyway, Charles here messages me 5 seconds after I post it and says he wants it for his Volvo wagon, his yuppie mobile.
Yeah, and he sends me a message, Wickman, that says, I tell the world that I got my first LS engine, and Wickman hits me up in 5 minutes and says he wants to borrow it.
Borrow.
Yeah.
Borrow.
It'll come back to you someday.
No,
ask Crosby. I gave him an engine one time, and it sat under his pallet rack in his shop, just sitting there for like a year. And then I
A
needed
year?
it.
A year?
Yeah. Was it longer than
You
that?
talk. Which motor are you talking
The
about?
383.
No, there was some other
Was
underlying
that the
circumstances
street
that went
from
along with that motor. It just wasn't given.
Apple and then the Crusher Camaro? Was that 383?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was but no. My point was, I gave you that engine.
Uh-huh.
You had it sitting because you weren't using it yet. Then we decided to put my Camaro together and take it on Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I called you and said, "Oh, I'm coming to pick up the motor I gave you again, but I only
I
need it for
forgot
a
about
week,
that.
and then I'll bring it back." And I did. We took it. We ran it all week. I came home, pulled it out, gave it right back. It was fine.
For all the doubters out there, Chad actually does return ship.
I did 100%. And
Okay.
the
A lot of
thing that
people
was
think I'm going to put it in this.
Did you hear where it's at
No.
now?
uh
You don't know where the 383's at now?
Something Jay owns?
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be my
Nope.
guess. Oh,
It's in Clint's Model A Coupe.
oh, I knew that actually. I did know that.
It's got
There
a
you
tunnel
go.
ram on it now, and it's
Oh, that's
going
awesome.
to be awesome.
That's great.
It will live. It will live on forever because it will only get about 4 miles a year on it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I totally approve of that.
That's who bought the Vet.
Oh, Clint bought the Vet?
Yep.
Nice. That works.
Yeah, it works for me. It's out of my shop.
Well, there you go. That's the best way. I was trying to look something up on my phone, and now I can't remember what the hell it was.
Lost all train of thought.
I did. I got all sidetracked.
So I think the chopped Blazer is going to end up with the Duramax in it.
Chopped Blazer.
Oh, you still have the chopped Blazer? Oh. Yeah, you don't have pictures of that?
No, it's stuck way back in the corner. The
Yeah.
C10's still beside it.
Yeah, it's been sitting there for years now.
It is a non-body dropped, it's a chassis drop, body dropped,
Yeah.
chopped Blazer.
Yeah, what year is it?
93.
Yeah.
It had
It's an OBS
42,000 miles.
two-door Blazer. Yeah.
Oh,
It was a 4-wheel drive originally.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
And when they chopped it, they just dropped the rear windows down into the quarters,
Right.
which I don't like and
Yeah.
would never finish building it like that. I'm going to do like, I'm going to take a little hint from our buddy Bill Carlton and make it a panel.
Oh, that would be cool.
And just paint the rear windows on it.
Gotcha. See,
like
I
you did
actually
that.
don't hate the sinking the rear windows in as long as you do trim and seal them against the bottom.
It just,
But
it
I
just
know what
won't
you're
work
saying.
on that thing.
yeah,
Just roadster with a Carson top.
or just do
You-
Lexan. You could do Lexan windows.
Just panel it.
Yeah.
Just do a little bead roll ridge around it and make
Yeah.
it look like a window,
Yeah.
like Bill did that Suburban that he
Yeah,
made.
that's true
the
because
Tahoe
nobody
out
will
of.
know because if you make
Everybody
them,
walks up to his like this.
yeah, I was
trying
gonna
to look
say,
in the
if you
rear
just
windows,
make
it's
it
not
super
there.
high gloss.
Bill's
And-
orange van was like that when they had
Yeah.
the windows painted with the trim. It was like people would actually walk up to it and put their hands on it like that. I
Yeah,
was like,
Damn, that tent's dark.
yeah.
yeah.
Imagine if you actually did it like really, 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 really dark gray, but not quite black, so it looked like really dark limo tint. Like it would be awesome. Yeah,
Really mess with people.
yeah,
Yeah, but that thing's already got TCI front it and custom IFS under the front of it with a 9-inch with 4-link in it. Tubs are all done. So I'm just going to redo the mounts from small block to a Duramax and probably put a 4L80 behind it instead of the
oh yeah,
Allison.
It doesn't need anything more than that. I mean, the Allison would be fine, but obviously it's huge and it takes up more
Yeah,
room.
but they ran the 4L80s and express
and the
vans with the
vans.
Duramax,
Yeah, exactly.
and they live.
Fine. Yeah, exactly.
The tire's going to break loose where it breaks anything else.
Right, and you don't care. Like, you're not going to ever do anything heavy duty with it anyway, so who gives a shit? Okay, so anybody in the chat, if you have questions, any topic you want to bring up, throw it out there right now. But we have been live for an hour and a half. So we are going to wrap it up before too long. Wickman is sharing his Volvo. So he's showing us his Volvo. Yay.
That's at Red Rocks.
Yeah, it doesn't look as low as it did to me before. Maybe it's just the angle.
I'm going to take care of that. Don't worry.
No, it's fine. I mean, you said it already rides like crap, so I wouldn't make it too low because it'll ride.
It needs something. It needs two somethings. It needs Garfield stuck with suction cups to one window and baby stuck to the other one.
Yes. Dude. Find Garfield window. Hold on, I'm looking this up.
And some beaded seat covers.
Oh, those seats are terrible in it.
Oh, beaded seat covers. Like the ones that... Dude, you can still get the Garfield...
no way.
Yes, you can. There's a bunch of them on Amazon. You can get one for $25. This is the one that I think he needs because there are multiple. But this is the one that I think Wickman needs the most.
Well, we ought to do for Wickham is get a 1x6 and nail a baby to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left that truck show at Bandamere and was looking for a place to eat and ended up at Red Rocks, which was like, it's quicker to go over the mountain than it is to drive around the mountain.
Yes.
It's literally like right there.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the
There's awesome places to eat in the town of Red Rocks right there.
Morrison, yeah.
Morrison.
Yeah. Adam told me there's a Mexican restaurant that's literally like the first one when you drive into Morrison.
And it's good. The best place, though, is that breakfast joint that's on the place he's talking about. It's on the right side when you drive into town. The other one's on the other block that comes the other direction out of town.
Yeah.
On the other side, it's a breakfast joint, and it's all granola, dirty hippie, on the surface.
I saw that place, and there was like so
yummy.
many people there.
Oh, yeah, because they have badass biscuits and gravy and stuff that are like green chili biscuits and gravy that are... Yeah, the Speckled Cow. Thank you, Neil Sabo. My dude, because we ate there. And he, obviously, this is why all you have to do is keep Neil in Budweiser and feed him a good meal every few days. Doesn't even require one every day. Just every few days. But he will remember the Speckled Cow. Damn, Neil, you're a badass.
I got a place for us to eat in Pueblo while we're there, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I went to Joanne's this morning, so.
Shut up. Joanne's is awesome. I love Joanne's. If you're in Ontario, California, or nearby, and you're just looking for a completely, and I'm going to say this as a compliment, a completely average restaurant, and I don't mean it like in food quality average, I mean there is nothing trendy or weird or
the only thing is missing from the 70s is ashtrays on the tables.
Yes. But if you go in there and you get the turkey dinner, it's turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes and a vegetable, and you get your choice of super salad, and you also get a dessert, okay? And your choice of bread, which your only choice is zucchini. That is the answer that you choose is zucchini bread.
If you try to take Jay Leitenberg there, he will tell you to go fuck yourself.
Why?
He doesn't like it.
Joanne's is awesome.
There's a place called Garlic and Onions.
Okay. I
It's
like garlic and onions.
It's a Mexican restaurant, and it's one of those places that looks like a dirty bowling alley. I mean, the chairs, the tables, it looked like people smoked in there for like 40 years when you walked in. But yeah, the food there is like 5 minutes from the track.
Oh, wow. Jeff Hose is asking jukeboxes on the tables. No, that would be 50s and 60s. This is total 70s.
But not quite there.
Dude, Joanne's, if you go into Joanne's at 5 o'clock, it will be 65 to 70% full, and everybody eating there besides Chad and Crosby are on Social Security. Yep. It's awesome.
I don't make that much money.
Yeah, right. They have specials every day. They have a giant thing of turtles in the front. It's a pond with turtles, like actual turtles in it.
Yep.
The food is great. Their breakfast stuff is great. They have chicken fried steak and eggs that are awesome. Everything about the place is good.
You know where it used to be like before it moved into the A-frame building? Where the King Taco is right there on Mountain.
No way. Ooh, that's another good joint I miss is King Taco. King Taco is legit.
I left Crosby's shop one night. I was there in California, and I'm like going back to my room, and I'm like, all right.
Before or after my cat attacked you?
I think this is after. Yeah. So I'm leaving Crosby's shop, and I go to the King Taco that's like right down the street from his place.
Yeah, exactly. Right up Mountain.
And I walk in there. This is probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
You got inside the door?
I'm getting a stare down like, what's the white boy doing here?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. That's when you know it's good. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
If you ordered in Spanish because you knew what your order was, then the whole place would be like, oh, he's our dude. Like the music would start again. Everything would be fine. I love
They put the guns back away.
Yes. Yep. King Taco is awesome. They make everything there is really good. Their pineapple or piña tamales are super good. Yeah.
There was something I was watching. Someone makes a pineapple salsa.
Oh, yeah. I made pineapple salsa for my dinner tonight.
And they put it on French vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
And I guess the guy just lost himself. He said it was like one of the most amazing things he ever had.
I love that. That doesn't sound bad to me. I love anything salsa related. I made al pastor.
What was that other place out in Pomona you like to go to all the time?
Mexican place?
Yeah, you and Daphne used to like to go to.
El Torito?
No.
Laverne, actually.
Yes, it's the one on the right-hand side before you get over to Pomona to the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's on...
Is it La Paloma?
Yes, La Paloma. La Paloma.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so La Paloma is on, well, I guess white. When it curves and it makes the curve, it's on the left side if you're going east.
Yeah.
And La Paloma is a place you want to go during the Winter Nationals or the World Finals because
every drag racer in the world will be in there.
All the SoCal pros will be there, like every one of them. It's badass because you walk in the door and literally the first time we ever went there during the races, we walk in the door and Caps is standing in front of us and he has just come around the corner and he has margaritas, like as many as he can hold. Okay. And we walk in the door and he goes, awesome, you're here. And I said, yeah. And he says to Daphne, try and grab a couple so I don't drop them. And we're like, okay. And so she grabs margaritas and follows him. Now, the place is packed. And so the girl goes, how many of you? And I said 2. And at that point, Shelly Anderson and her husband,
Jay
Payne, were like just sitting down. They were already multiple buckets of beer in. and
Oh,
they
shit.
said,
there's a first.
I know. And they said, our party is smaller than we thought. Give them our extra space. So they had another little table pulled up to the end of the booth. And so they pulled it away from theirs. Jay sat on the end, and me and Daphne had what should have been a 4-top just to ourselves. And so the whole dinner, like, everybody just kept coming and sitting down with us, and Caps just kept bringing margaritas like over and over.
I'm surprised you just didn't sit down with Jay Payne and Shelley. You could have just passed the ticket over to them, and they would have paid the bill.
Dude, it's great. La Paloma is good. It's really like, it's OG Southern California Mexican. So like, just sauce, like enchiladas that are just drowning in sauce with a big layer of cheese, like all the goodness.
The tortillas are fresh twice a day.
Yep, it's really good. The other one is Zendejas, which is the other direction from the racetrack in Pomona, and that's where you go if you want to see the Pedregons. The Pedregons have been going there since they were kids, and it's right by the freeway. It's almost Irwindale, actually.
Well, there's another one in Rancho.
There is the one in Rancho, but they go to the one over there.
Yeah.
Near Irwindale, and it is. So what's interesting is that if you go in
because
there,
the Pedregons and the Zendejas boys all grew up together.
Correct.
The football players.
Yep. And the funny part is that so Cruz and Tony get along, although sometimes better than others, but their brother Frankie does not get along with them at all, and yet they are still both there after the races on Sundays after Pomona, and they sit at opposite sides of the dining room. No bullshit, I've been there for it. So,
wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Cruiser one time, so when the first year I announced the Winter Nationals, I walk in and I'm talking to Cruz, and I have like rubber all over me and stuff, from announcing on the starting line, and Cruz
I was going
a
completely different direction, but
yeah, and Cruz is standing there, and like they're just getting ready to sit down, and I walk in with my mom and dad and Daphne, and I start talking to Cruz, and I said something about so you're gonna send Frankie the bill when you're done eating or whatever, and he goes, that would go so badly that it's not even funny. And I was like, wow. No way. He goes, oh yeah, it's bad. Because yeah, it's not good. Family dynamic is not good with them, which sucks because they all seem to be nice people, and it's family shit, whatever. But yeah, so there you go. So in Pomona, like there are some places, and in typical SoCal fashion, like nobody's going to a chain place. Like that's not how this works. So while all of the chain restaurants exist in Southern California, locals don't go to those. We all have our favorite little haunts. Some of the best Mexican food you'll ever eat is in a burger place, because there are more independent burger shops in Southern California than in any city in the country. I guarantee it. And almost every single one of them also sells burritos and tacos and makes amazing breakfast burritos. Like, am I right, Scott? Like, it's a staple there, right?
Yeah. There's a restaurant I go to when I go visit my mom in her little town of Rio Vista.
Yeah.
It's right in downtown Rio Vista, which is like 4 blocks. And it from the outside, it looks like a neighborhood bar, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so it's got like the kind of angled front wall where the door is kind of angled off and then it's got the mirrored tinted window and the stonework. Yeah. You walk in and you think you're in a mirrored bar, like a neighborhood bar. What's different about it, it's called Foster's Bighorn.
Yeah.
And the guy that owned it used to be bootleggers from in the North Bay. So he used to run booze from the San Francisco Bay all the way up to like Alameda and Martinez.
That's funny.
And he was also a big game hunter. So this place is absolutely filled with what he shot. So across the wall behind the bar isn't a bunch of old bottles. It's like tiger and lion heads. Between the bar and the restaurant area, because the restaurant's at the back of behind the bar, there is a snow leopard up there, which has been there so long it's yellow from the cigarette smoke from the years.
Right.
So in
I'm
the
surprised
restaurant, on
PETA
the
hadn't
wall
burned the
around
place
the
down.
restaurant,
Yeah,
looking
exactly.
at you while you're eating, is a bull elephant, a full-grown giraffe, and every single kind of deer ever known to man, from a dickhead to the giant elks in Russia, I guess. It's in that room, that little restaurant. But they have really good steaks there, so I go there. That's why I go there. But it's the type of place that PETA will walk in the door, they'd lose their shit.
Yeah.
It was, even though that stuff has been there since the 30s.
Right.
And the guy must have had like a serious small man syndrome, I guess, because he's like standing with like dead elephants with his elephant gun, and the gun is taller than he is.
Oh wow, that's
In the
funny.
pictures, yeah, he's a tiny guy, but it's I kind of like have to go there because it's like one of these places that's Rio Vista is like 7,000 people,
Right.
and
And
I
it's a
have to go.
throwback, so you gotta go.
All right,
Yeah.
throwback. I love throwback restaurants.
Of
My
course.
favorite restaurant here in Kearney closed. It's called The Cellar. Actually, it's going to be reopening soon, which I'm all happy. But it was like
Ironically, right after it closed, their rating went up with the Board of Health.
But they it's like it was underneath another storefront, so it was in the basement of a place. But it was like your typical
we went in there.
70s restaurant with the giant red leather boots, with the tuft and button tuft.
Yep.
And
That's cool.
really good food there, and it kind of just the whole everything from the wood paneling to the booths and the bar all would look like, okay, we did this in 1973, we never updated.
Right.
I can't remember the name of that place. The Canyon Inn down there off of Imperial Highway. Courtney used to take me over there all the
that
time.
place.
I know what
Remember
you're
that?
talking about. Yep.
Talk about the booze.
Oh, jeez.
Remember that place?
I ended up there one night with Courtney, Kevin, and Brett. Kevin was Courtney's roommate.
Yep.
I was.
You're talking about Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then and Brett Oaks. It was. Oh God. Yeah. That was a bad night.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
What were the names of the two streets they lived on the corner of?
Orange.
Nope. Not.
I thought he was on Orange.
Mm-mm.
What? We don't know. What is it?
Tango and Concerto.
No way.
I swear to God.
Wow.
There's nothing like
Orange
pulling around the corner with Brett and Joe Mama standing on the roof of Courtney's house, both naked. Why was Brett up there? Well, Joe was already up there, so he figured he had to talk him down, so he had to get naked too.
Why is this not surprised me about Brett?
I don't know how many stories I have with Joe Mama, because when he moved to Arizona, he was not too far from me and was always at his house every weekend.
Yep.
Just, yeah.
Remember the grapefruit tree in the backyard?
Of the house in Arizona?
On Tango and Concerto, the one in Orange, off Orange.
Oh God, yes. There was literally, there was something wrong with that tree. It just
the tree almost died, so they got all fucked up one weekend and dumped 3 bottles of Miracle-Gro on this thing. So from there on out, the freaking grapefruit were like a foot.
Dude, that's how Rob Canan's house was in Burbank. It had to be. I mean, I'm not kidding you. They were like bowling ball size.
Yeah,
it was.
And
insane.
they were good. They were freaking good.
I forgot who.
I don't know if they're safe to eat.
Out the freezer, and I go in the kitchen, open the freezer door, and I'm like, "What the?" I thought it was like literally like a brain or something like that. It was like the size of a. It was just huge, just laying there.
They were this big. Yes.
I was like, "What the hell is that?" And they're like, "That's the grapefruit." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, "Yeah." Look out the backyard, just the whole backyard is just littered with grapefruit.
When Brett
That's too
first
funny.
built, got the drag wire all put together, he comes driving down the street from Imperial Highway, dragging the thing all the way down the street, and he drug it pretty much all the way there. And we were like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I kind of ran out of time, and I didn't want to cut the pinch welding off, so I'm trying to grind it down."
Sounds like Brett.
I like that.
Is a square body dually laying on the ground. We called it the drag wire.
Right.
Is that the one that Finnegan ended up with at one time, or was that?
Yeah, I think that's the same one, the primered one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like blue, then they primed it gray or some shit like that.
And then Troy Hamilton built his, that green one with the white interior.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'm calling it. Oh, Liggett just sent me pictures of the Foster's Bighorn. You're right. It does look like a bar. Holy shit. And everything in it is dead. I mean, all the things. Wow.
Some things it should be, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't know why, but you're okay. Crosby's gonna get this when I. Uh-oh. My computer's not happy. Ooh, hold on. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Crisis averted. Okay, so I see what I did there. All right, so I'm going to show this, and then we're going to talk about one other place, and then we're going to call it a night. So
Chad's already smiling, so this is good.
This is the place that Liggett was just talking about. And
holy
no, wait.
Crap.
It gets better. Are you ready?
That's the restaurant.
That's the restaurant side.
Yeah.
Look at the bar side. Holy crap.
Yeah. So the photos are all of him, all of his hunting trips are down the right side there.
Okay. So I realized that this is in a building on a, main street, obviously, by the cars being parked there.
Yeah.
But there is something about this still to me, and I don't know why, Crosby, but this place, looking at the front of this place, there's something about it that reminds me of the Spunky Steer.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yep.
And the Spunky Steer sounds weird, and you're kind of right, but it is also an OG steakhouse in SoCal that's in a strip center, like a shopping center, by a grocery store and shit. And
you can never tell when they're open.
No, because there's no windows. There's
no open sign, nothing.
No, nothing. And we used to go there for lunch. And Daphne used to get all excited when, like, you and Jay would be like, "Oh, we're going to the Spunky Steer for lunch." I'd be like, "Oh, I better call Daphne because she's going to want to go." Because she would loved it because it's a steakhouse. And at lunch, you could get, like, a steak with a baked potato and salad and all that for a special for, like, $11.99 or something.
And they always had to go back in the back and check and see if the baked potatoes were ready or not.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, this place is great. The Spunky Steer was awesome. So it is. Isn't that the right name? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Stierenstein now.
Oh, it is.
But there's one up there on Foothill and White or Fruit as well.
Oh,
Up
okay.
there by the In-N-Out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
In Pomona.
Oh, yes,
or
yes,
Laverne.
yes.
Remember?
Yep, I got you. Yeah, there's all Southern California has the best like local and local chains. Like the Hat is awesome, and it's a chain, but it's only in Southern California. I don't even know how many hats there are. I mean,
I think there's only like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that many.
Yeah, Matt Grace kept telling me, he's like, go to the Hat when I was in California.
Oh, dude, yes.
And I was like, I even like was driving along and took a picture of the billboard and sent it to him. He's like, you gotta go, and I'm like, I never end up going.
Okay, there are 3, 6, 9, 11 of them.
Oh, okay.
Alhambra, Brea, Glendora, Lake Forest, Monterey Park. Oh, Murrieta, so that one is new. Pasadena, Rancho Cucamonga, Simi Valley, Temple City, and Upland.
And not that I need to tell everybody to eat more In-N-Out, because every time everybody comes out here, they eat In-N-Out anyway.
Right.
But Shelly is the one that saved Pomona, so you need to support her more.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
that dual drive-through in and out by the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a lot of in and outs with dual drive-throughs actually,
Yep.
but the one that is, so there's one right at the 10 and Haven.
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, it's
by the
Haven.
airport? Yeah, the 10
Milliken.
and
Milliken.
Milliken. 10 and Milliken right by the airport is a double drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
The one up on Foothill above. Well, that's not above the race. Well, it is sort
Well,
of
you know
above the
who
racetrack,
built
but,
most of them, right?
yeah,
Literally,
yeah.
Tanya's dad,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Rich
knew that.
Boyd.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
The Tanya and Josh that own the 32 with me,
Yes.
her dad built most of the in and outs
Yep.
and ran in and out when the two Snyder sons passed
Yep.
away.
Yep.
But yeah, that one by the racetrack there in Pomona, I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's ended up finding it, and that's probably the best in and out I've ever been to, just because
I would.
think it was
The
one of
the OG one in Baldwin Park is probably
Oh,
the
yeah.
coolest one.
Is cool.
It's a pain in the ass getting in and out of.
You're right,
What is
because
it?
it's the
But,
original. Well, it's next door to the original, but
Yeah.
The
Oh, the one in LAX just absolutely sucks.
Oh yeah, they've
And then-
been to that one a bunch of times.
Mhm.
The one that, like, the thing is, I would bet that in Southern California a third of the in and outs have a double drive through.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Well,
I mean,
a
it's
lot
a
of
lot.
them got refaced a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
They changed, like the one on Mountain. They had to change it around because of it's right there in between Ontario and Chino,
Yeah.
and they kept blocking everything coming
Oh
off the
yeah.
freeway because the line got so long.
Right.
That's what I understand
The
here.
worst one-
Like lines are just astronomical. For
Oh yeah.
The worst one was right next to my house in where I lived in Culver City on Venice Boulevard.
Oh.
It shared a
Yep.
parking lot. The building was originally a Blockbuster, and the drive-through was wedged between the In-N-Out Burger and the Blockbuster Video building, and you had to go around the back. And if you were driving a Suburban, there was no way you're going to make that turn without doing like a multi-point
Yeah.
turn. And of course, the line is always out the parking lot and on the Venice Boulevard at the worst times. So
Yeah.
it was 3 blocks from my place, and I never went there. So,
Right. Yeah, because it was too big of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one like half a mile away from me, and it's in a outlet mall. So they run the line the way they did it. The drive-through line basically snakes through the outlet mall parking lot,
Yeah.
in a section that no one ever parks in. So it's not like you have to worry about stuff out in the street or anything like that.
When I grew up, I lived in Northern California, and when I was like, I don't know, probably 18 years old, probably a senior. I think it was after high school, but not very long after. So I guess early 20s or something is when In-N-Out came to Northern California, and the first one was in Gilroy at the outlet mall in Gilroy. And so that was the first, I had eaten at In-N-Out in Southern California.
That's right on 152, isn't it?
Yes, it's on 152 and 101 right there. Yep.
Yeah.
And that was the first In-N-Out out of Southern California, as far as I know, and that started the thing. But it was also in the outlet mall, and it was a million cars every waking moment. So I've never. Not since then have I ever lived anywhere where they didn't have In-N-Outs, because we have them all over the place here too. So
Yeah.
But I have not eaten at an In-N-Out in the state of Texas ever.
Whataburger, right?
Yeah, but I
Jack,
don't eat at
Whataburger.
Whataburger very often either. Well, anymore I don't eat any fast food.
They don't seem to be the same as they used to be.
What? Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Yeah, I haven't eaten at one in months because I haven't eaten at a fast food place since March. But
there's one. Actually, there's 4 of them in the Colorado Springs area now. But the one on the north side, I've been there a few times, and it's just as good as the one in Texas. So
yeah.
Did you lose some weight, Chad?
Oh, dude, I'm down 62 pounds.
Kick ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Yep.
man.
Today, 62
I can
pounds. I lost.
I can
Oh,
see
yeah.
it in your face.
Yeah, I lost almost 4 pounds last week, and I'm at 62 pounds. Yeah, on
Good for
March
you.
6th I started, and I've been on Weight Watchers the whole time, and I'm losing weight like it's my job. So yeah, it's
How do
great.
you feel?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I
Cool.
still want to lose like another. I mean, I literally want to lose another 90 pounds.
62 pounds is quite a bit, brother.
Oh, I know, but I want to lose. I mean, I want to get back to when I was skinny Chad under 200. So, but the
Where
funny
you at?
thing
Where
is,
you at now?
I'm at 260 something. I don't know. I gotta look. I don't remember. I just remember how much I lost. Let's see. Yeah, I've lost 62.4 pounds. I weigh 279 right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So yeah,
Proud of you.
I started out at 341.
Thank
So
goodness.
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So I've lost, like I said, I've lost 62 pounds, and all just Weight Watchers. So which is
Really?
awesome. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
Wickham and I have talked about it.
T-shirts that are smaller size now.
Do what?
I'm gonna have to send you all new T-shirts that are smaller size.
Yeah, dude. Well, look at this shirt. This is a 3X motion shirt, which they're a little snug and it's loose. I'm down four. Well, probably more like 5 pant sizes, but
Damn.
But 4 is what I'm wearing now, like 4 inches smaller, and they're loose. But you know, that's what I'm wearing. I literally ordered Dickie shorts, a 2 pair yesterday because I was like, I don't have enough of the smallest size to last me through Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I had to buy some extra shorts to make it. But I didn't want to buy very many because I'm still going down and down and down. But yeah.
Chad's about.
You could do the Cole Riddle, how to wear blue jeans for a week type of.
Oh, Jesus, yes. God, he's such an idiot.
Chad's about 4 weeks away from his old wardrobe.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny you say that. I have a whole side of my closet that is now getting close to being able to wear. And I have boxes in my closet of T-shirts that are brand new in packages that I got, I mean, literally 15, 20 years ago that are I have some larges and some extra. I have a whole box of extra larges, and I'm wearing a 2X now. So
Cool.
Yeah, it won't be long. It's funny though.
Clint was here the other night with his son CJ because he was afraid if he left him at home, his wife was going to kill him, and all because he's in summer school because he screwed up all through the year.
Right.
And let's put it this way, he is not going to be valedictorian of summer school either. So he's here and we're talking about different things. So I broke out my Bates leathers and I'm like, yeah, I used to fit into this.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, but but you still, what are you, 10 pounds heavier than when you used to fit in those?
About 15, 16 pounds.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So,
but in all honesty, I'm not bagging on you or anything.
No.
But it's almost harder to lose like that than it is to lose like the big weight.
I know. I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you. Yep, I agree.
It's a really good feeling, isn't it, to put on smaller clothes? When I was at my biggest, I was 215 pounds.
Right.
Before I had surgery, and then
I remember the pictures from then.
Yeah, and then after the surgery, it was like 3 months after the surgery, I was able to wear the clothes I wore in high school.
Right.
Damn.
And, but I dropped even farther. I was down to like 98 pounds.
Oh.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah.
It took 20 months. It took 20 years to get muscle back on my shoulders and arms. So.
Yeah.
So when I was riding,
Ned Lust, I appreciate it, dude. And people have been asking me to share what I'm doing, and I have shared it with some friends. I actually have a half dozen friends who are now on Weight Watchers because they were like, what the hell are you doing? I want to know. And it's super easy. It just does the work for you. So it's nice. You still eat normal food. I'm not like buying food from Weight Watchers. You're just accountable for it. So, but like I had tacos al pastor for dinner that I made. I wouldn't do like the keto thing because I'm not gonna not eat tortillas. Like I would rather weigh 500 pounds than not eat tortillas and tacos.
Yeah.
Like it's not happening. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you know me. My biggest downfalls are beer and bread. So
Right. And see, I don't care about bread very much as long as I have tortillas, but I also have only drank like 3 beers probably since I started losing. But I've had margaritas, like I'll have skinny margaritas and stuff, you know. It doesn't matter. You can eat anything you want. There's just points associated with it.
yeah.
So like, you know, like a large Big Mac meal with regular Coke is like 46 points, right? And which is all the points that I would get in a day. So like
Oh,
I
shit.
could eat that, but then I have to eat 0 point stuff the rest of the time, which is like chicken and eggs and vegetables and fruit. And all, I
Right.
mean, all that's fine. Like you can totally go a whole day with 0 points.
Yeah,
like,
but you're
no
all
problem.
good with that shit anyway. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I like.
I mean,
all
how
the
many
good
times
food.
have you been up there on the damn scaffold and all you had was what was in that whatever
Yeah.
you took up there with you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I'm good. Like, I like good for you food. I just also liked McDonald's. So,
Well, don't we all?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But, like, you can go to Crosby's on Taco Tuesday and eat all the tacos you want and totally be fine.
Good tacos, by the way.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2 hours and 6 minutes and we're talking about random bullshit, but you guys are watching and we love you for it. Oh, dude, Jason Brady in the house. Dude.
Oh, what's up, Jason?
We were just talking about you a while ago. And
Nothing good.
Nope. And I miss Jason. And he was selling the Impala. I don't know if he sold it, but he was selling it to do something else. And that makes me excited. Like, I love the Impala, but if you're selling it, it means there's something.
Well,
cool. Yeah.
You can't bring up the Impala and not tell everybody where it came from.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's a whole other. But he's got to tell that story. It's
okay. Then Jason needs to come on the freaking show the next
Yes. So in 2 weeks. Oh, it's sold. Okay, so Jason, in 2 weeks, we'll do another PowerShift. You need to be on the show, and then you can talk about the Impala and what the new thing is that you're replacing it with. Because I don't know what that is, but I want to know.
Are you going to do one from, let's say, the road coming back from Pueblo in 2 weeks?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I suppose. Well, yeah. Actually, that is when we would be doing it. Is on the road. Yes. So absolutely, we're gonna do PowerShift live from the road.
If we actually get to Kearney at a reasonable time, yeah.
Yeah. Well, even if we don't, well, we will, because that day we'll bonsai, so we can go to good dinner. We'll go to that restaurant on the lake, and we'll set up on the patio.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. See.
Oh, yeah. Kearney hands on the lake. Yep.
Yes.
Jason will have to tell us the stories about him in the Ride Tech Impala at Daytona.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Food for thought, Jason.
Jason has lots of good stories.
And I may have something new also in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, Jesus, help us all.
No.
Please, if it's a T100, I don't even
want
to
Did you find a slightly rusted Isuzu Trooper or what?
It is not automotive related.
Oh. Is it the
Neither
thing
are most of the cars
you have?
Yes, it's the thing we talked about.
Okay, I'd be excited about that. Okay, good. No, it's good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're all in, all done. Thank you, American Powertrain, for being our presenting sponsor tonight. And to all of the people that are on Power Tour without us. Hey, we miss you, and we wish we were there.
With every bullet so far.
Yes, exactly.
American Powertrain, right here.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. The American Powertrain 6-speed is in that bad boy right there. All right. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Wickman, thank you. Scott, Awesome. Crosby, as always. God, you and the creepy hand, it freaks me out. You're such a
I
weirdo.
still don't want to know where that hand has been.
No, God, nobody does. All right, we're out of here. See ya.